Batman issue 9, which is written by Tom King, of course, and art by the returning after the Rebirth issue of Mikel Janin, which we were all looking forward to. And first things first with this book, it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, Finch was doing a good job, but this is like another level.
Yeah, Janin's another level.
It's so good.
Really
I also
is.
much prefer the colours in this as well. Like Belair's colours before with Finch stuff were good, don't get me wrong, and it helped with his work, but this is just better.
Yeah. We start off with a fantastically moody narration from Bane, and we see Bane like, in the shadows. We don't really get to see his face. He's in Santa Prisca with a Psycho Pirate, and just really moody, interesting way to open the book and set up the fact that Bane's going to be a big presence in this arc, even though Batman doesn't quite get to him yet. Batman's at the team building stage of the issue, which
Ocean's 11 with Batman. That's like, how do you beat that?
Yeah, so the main gist of this one is that Batman goes to Arkham and collects some, shall we say, comrades for the trip to Santa Prisca. So he gets not Calendar Man, sorry, the ventriloquist. I don't know why I said Calendar Man.
Because you were just thinking about the Rebirth one shot.
Probably that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's the whole thing, right? Is they tease like, because I read this digitally because the crunch now to read these to podcast, and with the guided view, it felt like it lingered on Calendar Man, and I remembered the Rebirth, so I was thinking, oh, Calendar Man has something to do with this. And then we just moved past him.
I don't know. I think it showed you lots of different people like that in different cells. One which is particularly interesting, which we'll get to. But I feel like it was just sort of like showing you all the different inmates that were there, and sort of who he was walking by, and give you this sense of everyone who's in Arkham. But
they're there because of him.
So he gets ventriloquist, and they actually make a point of mentioning that he's the first version of the ventriloquist, because I think in Batgirl's New 52 run there was a different version of ventriloquist. There was a woman.
You say different, I say terrible.
No, it was terrible, but
yeah,
I say just forgettable, because
well that's what makes it terrible. Because if it was bad but still fun, then we'd remember it as being the bad and fun. But it was just weird telekinesis involved, and like, I don't know. I just like Arnold Wesker and Scarface just because, mostly because of the animated series. Like that's
yeah, because this is the guy we think of when we think of ventriloquist.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and he and I love his whole thing about how he's not supposed to do things, like he's waiting to be told. So he's really playing up that whole side of things. So that should play out really interestingly once it gets going. He also gets Bronze Tiger,
which I like that introduction because it shows like a respect between Batman and him.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's almost like the start of Predator with the Dylan, you son of a bitch. Just with more intricate fighting instead of a simple arm wrestle.
Yeah. Well, and they like bro hug too, like, which is weird to see Batman do.
It is a bit weird, but
Batman.
It kind of works in the scene.
Yeah. The next one, I forget the other guy's name. Hold on. What was the third guy that he gets?
It's the guy
one who's dressed up as
new to me.
Yeah, he's new to me as well, I think.
Punchy.
Punch.
Yeah.
Punchy. Yeah.
Punchy. He's dressed up as Gordon. He's actually impersonating Gordon right now, and Batman calls it and like rips off his fake mustache. And I love that this guy's so good at impersonating people that even like Dr. Arkham's like, what? I had no idea.
Yeah.
I love how Batman uses that against him.
Yeah.
But didn't get past Batman though, because Gordon's not left-handed, which I never knew. Like, I never even think about that type of stuff.
Well,
I'd
like to think he would just tell from his face. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Well, maybe that's how good Punch is.
Maybe.
It's like the small things that give it away. Yeah.
Exactly.
But he is a master detective. I'd like to think that he could.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's that small thing. So, like, if you're reading the book and you see Gordon with his pipe in his left hand, like, I didn't think anything of that just because, But it's cool that that's how Batman determined it.
It's the sort of thing he would know as well.
Mm-hmm. Because he spends time around Gordon.
That doesn't seem like the sort of thing that you would have to always do with the one hand, though. Like, even if you're right-handed.
Yeah.
Like, It seems
You
like
wouldn't have to, but you would do it out of habit. You would use the same hand.
but sometimes you wouldn't if you had to move it over for some reason. Then maybe you needed your right hand free for, I don't know, pressing a button or something.
I mean, sure, if you were thinking about that's when you're thinking about it, though. But if you're just doing it, it would be a reflex. So you just do the one that you do it most with.
Sure.
But this also shows the Punch that he does his homework, but not clearly that much. So I'm sure that'll come up later throughout the arc.
Yeah, and he's got a missus named Julie that
Mhm.
yeah, and I'm saying that kind of drawn out because it's spelled like Jewel with like two E's.
It just makes me
Which-
think of Punch and Judy.
And I think that's what it's supposed to be, though, right?
Punch and Julie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I think he's new to me. At least I don't remember him being in anything else that I've read. But
New to me.
of course, it all builds up to the reveal at the end who the final team member is, and like Arkham's like, no, not that patient. No, can't be them. And obviously we're like, who could this be? I mean, unless you've been reading all the solicits and you've got an idea of who it's going to be. But like, I hadn't. I had made a good point of like not knowing who the whole team was. So goes into a room and there's someone with like a straitjacket and like a mask on, and Batman
like double mask too, because there's a mask under the mask.
Yeah, and Batman starts his spiel and rips off the mask, and obviously the final reveal is that it's Selina Kyle, and this is the first time I believe we are seeing Catwoman in Rebirth.
Yep. Because last I heard, she had taken over like the crime rings.
That did come to an end.
Oh, did it?
There was an arc after that where she gave up power and went back to being a thief because she had more fun with it.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
I think she did get caught at the end of that.
Okay.
Well,
it's cool that's playing into it. But yeah, I was just gonna say the last time I heard, she was like the Godfather character in Gotham.
Yeah.
So the great thing is though, none of that matters a one damn bit.
Well, no, but
it should, because that was fantastic.
But it also makes her a bigger threat. Like, this is a woman that climbed the ladder, right? Became the Godfather in Gotham, and that's why she's all straitjacketed.
Sure. I don't think it matters though. Like, I think if you've not read any of that, it doesn't matter. She's in a straitjacket. They're treating her like she's a big deal.
Well, yeah,
like she's a threat.
But like with most things, if you do know it, it adds that little subtlety there, which is fun.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I didn't know that, and it works.
Yeah, it works, but it works better if you know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Also, this team, I'd much rather read than Suicide Squad. And I don't give a crap about most of these characters. So, like, it felt more organic. Like, he's getting a team together essentially to break into a prison. So, like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, he's
cool.
I mean, the reason why he goes after Punch is because Punch is the one person who's broke out of Santa Prisca, which is supposed to be impossible. So,
right.
It's setting everything up. It builds to them all quite nicely. It's very much it's almost like this weird opposite version of the first Detective Comics issue of Rebirth, where he's like putting the team together, and he's like, this is why obviously Catwoman's a thief. She's sly. She gets into places. She knows how to get through security. Punch has escaped. Bronze Tiger's possibly the muscle,
Yep.
Yeah.
And Wesker, I just want to know what's going on with him.
Yeah, he's the wild card.
If I was to speculate, I would maybe guess it's something to do with Psychopirate and how he might get around it because he's already screwed up. And
yeah.
Maybe, but I'm just going to follow the Always Sunny in Philadelphia rules, which is every team needs a wild card.
That's true.
Sure, he's Charlie Day. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my god, Charlie Day is a ventriloquist. Oh man.
I'd watch that.
See if it is though.
He's
no. See, here's the thing. I don't see him as the ventriloquist. I see him as Scarface. He's sitting on someone's lap.
Well, I was gonna say, but that's the twist on it is the puppet's really not there. He's just nuts, and you know what I mean, like. And just acts it all out, like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even need the puppet.
Well, he's just got his hand like this. He's just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't you guys see the puppet? It's right there.
God.
Also, I like what they did with Bane's origin. Like, they recapped it a little bit. How in not just the recap, but the way that King and Janet did that with the rising and the falling of the water in his ages.
One problem with that. So there was like what 3 pages at the start. They're this symmetrical thing where the wall goes. It starts down,
Yeah.
goes up, and then comes back down.
Uh-huh.
My one problem is the letterboxes go in the same direction on both pages. Like they really should have
Yeah.
been symmetrical as well because it kind of took me out of it.
Yeah.
It's a small thing,
That's
but
okay.
it really did.
But yeah, but just like the layouts all throughout this book, even when you first see Bane and he's on that like throne
Throne of Skulls.
Yeah, that's pretty metal. And then just the layout of Arkham too, like with the boxes and the center image of Batman going down the stairs. So
Just
Janet's-
that splash page where he stood outside Arkham.
Yeah.
It's just gorgeous.
That is,
yeah, Janet's just next level artist.
yeah,
so.
it's a fantastic level looking book. It really is. It's dare I say the best looking book of the week.
Yeah.
Not to discount the others, but
There's
I think
another
it's
book that
tied
I
for
might
me,
say.
yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
but just say it's hard to beat Janet, and the only other artist I would say is also in this week. So
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, that's Batman. It's a really promising start, and I think I enjoyed the last arc on Batman, but I feel like this already feels like it's the start of something a bit more special.
Yep.
Yeah. I do have that like small little concern that when we go back to Finch now, it's just gonna feel like a step down.
Yeah, but it's like the calm before the storm, right? Like I'll put up with an arc of Finch to get back to
Yeah,
Janet.
but Finch is like, if I remember correctly from back before the interviews at the start, this is a 3-part story. So Finch is doing the ending of this story here.
Oh, Connor, why'd you have to bring that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Finch was doing quite well. I think.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Finch was doing pretty well. It was good, but is it
But
going to
have
feel
him
like
do
a
the
step
middle
down
then, and
after?
let's
Exactly.
let's have Janet start it and end it. And I didn't know this was only 3 parts. I thought it was at least 5.
No, I think the first story is like over a year, so it's like, but it's 3 parts.
So presumably the next one will be I Am something, because the first one was I Am Gotham. This part's I Am Suicide.
Yeah.
We
don't know the last one yet.
I Am Batman. I'm just going to guess. I Am Batman.